I, Olayomi Koiki, coming all the way from our studio in London on the 13th day, March 2025, coming up to exactly 8 minutes before 6 p.m. local time. I am here to announce the breaking news, whether it is a news that you wanted to hear or a news that you are not expected to hear. So, on this particular day, I, as now verify from all the sources, from all the information coming to my desk, please inform every Nigerian to come and listen to me. But it is now official. The one that we have heard for the last 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, in the last 8 years is not official. And as a journalist that have lived in the Western world, I don't go with rumors. I go with fact. I go with the organic information. I go with the authentic news coming from many sources rather than speculation. I want to speculate without evidence. It's difficult for me to understand because I cannot work with that. And as my journalism, it does not matter even if we have information, but if we cannot prove it beyond doubt, it is difficult to announce as at the time. So if you have followed me continuously, ever since we started Yoruba Nation or prior before that, I have always said Buhari either dead or alive. Buhari dead or alive. That has always been. Please keep sharing, sharing. Invite many people on TikTok. Thumbs up. Give us super chat. Give us all your support. I have always said in the last 5 years since the Yoruba Nation movement started, just before I came on air, when news like this come up, I quickly make contact to our leaders, and I've been able to speak to them, and they have not asked me to come and tell you anything, but I am doing this program as a media organization, so do not quote me as somebody asked me to come and speak. I have called them, and when you talk about the Yoruba leaders, let me leave it like that. We have had private conversation, but this program is my own prerogative, is my own message as one of many Nigerians that are the indigenous people that has been affected by this Fulani man that has been confirmed dead today officially. So while I was just preparing for the Sunday broadcast, I got a call from our media back home, my sources, and I was told that the London clinic that I visited in the last 72 hours, it has now been confirmed that the person I went to check there, the person that I took my time on the Wednesday to visit to find out if true is currently receiving medical treatment in that particular hospital. Many of you have seen the videos. Many of you have watched it on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter. Many of you might say, I do not have a job, but my job as a journalist is to go out there and investigate. Even some Yorubas were having sympathy for this particular Muhammadu Buhari. I will explain a lot of the damage Buhari has done in the lives of many Nigerians and the indigenous people. But I am never shocked or surprised that the Yoruba people that should be the one to say what this Buhari, we should never even have sympathy to hide his location in London. They were calling me. They were asking me to pull down the videos. that Buhari, as a private citizen, must not be exposed. And I said to myself, why does she need Lati keep Buhari to London without exposing him? After Buhari exposed Yoruba land, the other indigenous people, to a lot of the situation that has occurred in their lives today. Um, but again, live, later. So, so the current situation today has now given us opportunity to say it as it is without mixing the word. I, Olayomi Koiki, left my home, went to the British Prime Minister office on Wednesday before the Prime Minister was making his way out for the British Prime Minister question and answer at the Parliament, which is a every Wednesday event. When I left there, I got on the bus 453 from Trafalgar Square and came off at the right hospital where Buhari was receiving a special treatment. Some of you might say Buhari died in 2017. I don't have the fact to that. But what I can say today is that I then wanted to know why this individual, and many of them like that, have always end up in UK for their medical treatment and not in Nigeria. Is because Nigeria is not a country that respect a proper healthcare of its citizen. So even those that lead Nigeria have always run out of Nigeria for one reason or the other. There are two of them that are currently in London, but let's focus on Buhari to start with, because Buhari is the one that was the president up until many things happened in the lives of many of the Yoruba people, and also what happened to Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho when he was officially attacked by the Buhari and the government, and why Igboho is currently residing on exile. It has to do with Buhari, because Buhari was protecting the Fulani clan that were massacring and killing many innocent Nigerians. But today, as we have said it, many of you think that you will run away from death. Death will come to you at appropriate time. No matter how much you run away, death will approach you. So it's the same thing we are saying to those that are still running Nigeria today. You might run it with your blood, you might run it with anything, but death will come in to each one of you if you have not, and you're not going to do the needful, especially as the clamoring for the dissolution of Nigeria continue. So before we go further, let me quickly give us the beginning of the journey, how I visited this prime minister and what I said to the prime minister of the United Kingdom on Wednesday last week. I want you to listen to it in case you have not, so that it will go on record today, the 13th, that I might live 3,000 miles away from Nigeria, but my heart bleeds for millions of the indigenous people that are living in bondage, that are not living the kind of freedom life that they should live because of the amalgamation that British join us together, which we are telling the British government that this is wrong, especially when the killings of innocent Nigerians is still happening. So please keep sharing and invite others to do so, because the official announcement has been made that Buhari has died. But I want us to take us back into the summary. Whether Buhari died in 2017, according to Nnamdi Kanu, is not a proof to me. I don't have the proof. But today, after I visited Buhari in London, some of you asked whether I was able to see him. Leave that to me. But I can tell you officially that Buhari died, and the death has been announced by those close to him. But let us listen to the Prime Minister as I was asking him questions that pertain to you as a Nigerian that you might not have opportunity to ask him. I have the privilege because as a journalist that has the right security clearance, I can visit number 10 Downing Street at any time to report. So this is how I reported it at the beginning. Then I'll take you to how I reported the event of how and what I saw at that clinic. Is a private clinic. I'll tell you all the details. But let's listen to my visit to the Prime Minister. You might not see the video, some of you, but if you want to see the video, you quickly go to Facebook or YouTube of Koiki Media and you can follow it quickly. Let's listen. Koiki Media bringing the world closer to your doorsteps while we wait for the British Prime Minister Kistama to come out of the door. The question is, why has the British government failed in their duty to call the Nigerian government on the issues of the Fulani terrorists that has massacred many Nigerians in their homes, in their sleeps, children? Can the British government shy away and accept the same thing if these were British children being killed in their bed, in their homes? Farmers can no longer go to their farm. And these are the reasons why we are asking the question on the 9th of July 2025 as the Yoruba Nation campaign continue under the leadership of Professor Adebanji Akitoye. My question to the British Prime Minister is, why have you failed, to take the responsibility today? Why have you shy away? Prime Minister, why have you not done anything with the killings happening in Nigeria? Prime Minister, why have you failed to speak out to the killings happening in Nigeria? There are many killings in Nigeria, and the UK government has failed in their responsibility after creating Nigeria in 1914, fraudulent amalgamation. You failed. Many children have been massacred in their beds. If these were British citizen children, would you have said nothing? The British Prime Minister, you failed to speak to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the killings that is happening in Nigeria, in Benue, in Yoruba land, and we are asking the British government to speak out for the injustice taking place in Nigeria today. My name is Olayomi Koiki, reporting for Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep on behalf of 16 million Yoruba people that have been killed, massacred on a daily basis by the Fulani terrorists. Now, Buhari himself was a Fulani terrorist, and we don't have any way to say it. Buhari himself was a Fulani terrorist that was planted within Nigeria from the military all the way through to the support from the Yorubas like Bola Tinubu to make him become the president in 2015. But the same Buhari has finally died. Should we celebrate? Yes. Because 28,000 Yoruba people lost their lives. That is not even the full count. 28,000 Yoruba people were massacred during the tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari. While Buhari was in office, a lot of things played out. And those things that played out has not stopped. But the major part of the play out is the one that I want us to remember vividly very well. The one that led to the invasion, the assassination attack on a man that was asking for nothing more than the fact that Fulani people were killing his people under security threat. That the Yorubas are now living in fear from Igagan all the way down to other places within Nigeria that is called the Southwest Nigeria. And who was this particular individual? But before I give you the individual, I want us to, again, after I left the Prime Minister, my next visit made me to travel down to an exclusive private clinic that I can confirm to all Nigerians that Buhari was the only one using the whole of the floor, according to my intelligence and my sources. He refused to accept any nurse, doctor that are Nigerians to come and treat him. He doesn't want to see even a cleaner, even somebody that will give him food. So Buhari was using whether the money from Nigeria, which is definitely because he was not a rich man. He told us that he doesn't have money. But I'm going to show you the building. And imagine somebody asking that the whole floor should be left for him to live until he died, because Buhari has finally died today, the 13th of July 2025, according to the news coming out from London. Buhari died in London. Whether you are told that Buhari died in 2017, nobody has the fact. Those that said so could not show us concrete evidence to prove that Buhari died in 2017, even though I have always said, dead or alive, whatever the game that was played, he has now finished his job. And that means the chapter of whether Buhari died in 2017 or Buhari died in 2025 has come to a conclusion today. Thank you so much, those of you that are giving us all the roses on the TikTok. My name is Olayomi Koiki. You've never met me before. I am one out of the many 60 million Yoruba people that want Yoruba to be free from the Fulani bondage, in conjunction with the British that has decided to keep mute. And even up to his death, Buhari died in London. So I want us to look at this particular video. Some of you will listen to it, and you will now understand why your healthcare system has never been repaired. We saw even the late Akeredolu died as well in Germany. We have seen many of them run out of Nigeria because they are not interested to fix the damaged healthcare in Nigeria. And that means even in their old age, they still doesn't want to die in Nigeria. They still want to come and live the final stage in London, as many of them have done so. So let us watch this video and see how I reported Buhari. And if I look back how many days ago, I was in central London on the 9th of July 2025. Today is 13. So let's work it out. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 72 hours. We can now confirm officially today that Buhari has finally died, is gone. Whether he died in 2017 is not the issue anymore now. The closure of Buhari has happened today. And that means that many of us that believe in the right to self-determination will never accept a Yoruba government in the future to come and have medical treatment in London. But the UK wants such. That is why UK has not said much to the killings as I approach the Prime Minister. Thank you so much, those of you that are giving us all the accolades and the comments coming through very fast. 72 hours after I left Buhari at that clinic, they have now officially announced it. Did Buhari die today? Did Buhari die yesterday? Did Buhari die on Wednesday when I visited that clinic? Or did Buhari die in 2017? All these will be something that the inner caucus, those that have the nose, those that knows the truth, will continue to keep it. But be rest assured that one day, no matter how long it takes, we will all be alive. I am 47 years old. Even if it's the next 50 years, we will know the truth of how Buhari died, and whether he died in 2025 on the 13th of July, or whether he died on the 9th of July when I went to that clinic, or whether he died in 2017 according to Nnamdi Kanu. All these will be unveiled. The secret, that actual secret, will be known. But let's just go with the norm, or whatever we are told from London, that Buhari has finally died. Watch, for those of you on the YouTube, those of you following on TikTok, listen to my visit to the special private clinic, which is called one of the most expensive clinic where many of them have come to get medical treatment. When I told Nigerians that Buhari was already bed bound, some were saying, how do you know that? Who told you that? Don't worry, journalists doesn't give their sources, because that means we are going to keep those sources to ourselves. But what I can tell you that whether Buhari died on Wednesday, whether he died today, whether he died 8 years ago, the closure of Buhari is something that many Nigerians will never understand, especially during the COVID. We saw different patterns, different images, different videos, different ways of Buhari being presented to Nigerians. And you start wondering, how on earth did we intelligent Yoruba people accept this nonsense? How on earth will the others accept the nonsense? Let's listen to my visit to the clinic. This is another part of the London clinic, as you can see there, where President Muhammadu Buhari, the former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is currently receiving medical treatment on the Devonshire place. It is Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. As we say all the time, most of them, after destroying the country, run to UK for treatment when fully they could have fixed the healthcare sector in Nigeria. So you can see Devonshire place right there. You can see there, Devonshire place. You can see there the clinic itself, where we believe that Buhari is also receiving the treatment. So the London clinic, you can see right there. And that's why we say the Yorubas cannot continue to live in denial. So that is Devonshire, the London clinic, as you can see there. So that is the building, the Duchess of Devonshire wing, the London clinic, where Buhari is receiving treatment of. This is another part of the London clinic. Now, you've seen that if after I was aware that that I chased Buhari many times, each time they were coming to London during his tenure, I was making sure that I gave him sleepless night with Yemi Osibajo. You can go and look for many of my videos. There was a particular one. I went to Abuja House and I was shouting. I was the only one there. They kept doing my videos. But now the question is, are they going to get Buhari to Nigeria to do an Islamic burial? Or are they going to take him to Saudi Arabia and finally bury him there? These are many questions that I'm sure many of you would like to know. I don't have answer to that. Because we know that Buhari is a Muslim. And as a Muslim, will Buhari be taken to Nigeria tonight, which is still very possible, with a private jet from one of the Fulani clans? They can get him to Nigeria and finish his burial by 2 p.m. tomorrow in Daura. Or will Buhari be taken to Saudi Arabia, where we were told he was buried in 2017? I don't have the evidence. Which one are you going to accept? The question is, when did Buhari actually die? Igboho gangan ni Buhari kú. You might say that, what is our problem with that? Oh, yes. There's a lot of our reason. Because the same Buhari that Babakitoye communicated with, Babakitoye sent him a letter just about when he was in office. The same thing that we told Buhari, Tinubu as well. That Tinubu respond to us so that we can have a peaceful dissolution out of Nigeria without any kind of war. Because nobody wants a war. We want to leave Nigeria. We don't want to fight anybody. We don't have the strength to fight anybody. We just want to go. And we are tired of being part of what British created. A fẹ́ dá dúró, a fẹ́ ṣe mọ́ pẹ̀lú wọn. But many people still believe that another 2027 will be in the interest. We wrote Muhammadu Buhari an official letter, according to Babakitoye, explaining to Buhari the reason why he should dialogue with us today. Even as much as Buhari refused to dialogue with us, he has now pied and gone. That means we will continue the dialogue with Tinubu. This is why we are saying to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ìwọ náà fara rò pé it is Buhari today. It could be anybody tomorrow. This world, ilé ayé tá ń gbé, nobody has what it takes to say, I am not going to go. No, you will go. So if you look at your screen now, this is the letter we sent to Tinubu. Bear with me. Let me get that properly. We told Buhari, come and dialogue with Yoruba nation so that we can exit this country. Buhari refused to listen to us. He said we should not bother. That was in 2022. Buhari is not interested. He doesn't want Nigeria to break. But Nigeria will eventually break even after his death, because it does not matter. It does not matter. What matters is that the letter that we wrote to Buhari, that he refused to divide Nigeria after his death, Nigeria will still be divided. And there's no doubt about it. Because Senator Ledaduro, it does not matter how long this process will take. It does not matter how we take it. It does not matter how we are moving it forward. Buhari that refused to accept our request to sit together with his government so that we can decide the fate of the indigenous Yoruba people. He has finally died. He's gone. Buhari tó takú, ó ti padà ṣe kíni, ó ti padà lọ. Buhari tó fẹ́ pa Igboho sínú ilé, Buhari padà lọ náà ni. Mo ní àwa la máa jẹ àkàrà gbogbo yín lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Because nígbà tá à ń sọ fún àwọn kan bí àwọn tèní, ẹ máa rántí àwọn tó lọ lénìí, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà níbẹ̀ nísìn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe kí a lè lọ, ìyẹn olórí tó ń bẹ níbẹ̀ lénìí. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ̀, ẹ sọ fún. Torí pé kò sígbà kan tí ẹ lè ní ẹ ṣe gàràgàrà gòrògòrò, ọjọ́ kan máa dé tó máa mú ẹ̀mí yín lọ. Torí pé ẹ̀mí yẹn ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ ní. That your heart that is coming like that, in and out, does not belong to you. Ìdí tá a ṣe ń sọ fún èèyàn pé ẹ sọ fún àwọn tí wọ́n ń darí Nàìjíríà lénìí pé àbólẹ̀ Yorùbá ó ṣe pàtàkì. There is no security among every part of Yoruba land today. You will cry if you hear many things that is happening. We have refused because of security details. Ká má lè máa gbé àwọn nǹkan jáde kẹ́ máa rí. Tẹ́ bá gbọ́n tá tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí, à sunkún, a máa béèrè pé Ọlọ́run o, ibo la báwo la ṣe débí báyìí. Látara pé security tó sí ló mú bàbá wa ẹni ọlọ́lá, ẹni iyì, ẹni tọ́lọ́run fi àpọ́nlé kẹ́ lórí pé security ni Olóyè Igboho dìde lé lórí. Pé ẹ má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, àwọn èèyàn wa tẹ́ ń pa yìí ó ti pọ̀ jù. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ẹ gbógun ti Igboho. Ẹ wá wo bí tí security dé báyìí lénìí. Àwa ń pariwo ààbò, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe ààbò, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe ètò ààbò. Ẹ̀yin wá tún wá ń tako àwọn tó fẹ́ gbé ètò ààbò jáde, ṣe rí pé ìyẹn ò ṣe tó da rárá. Mò ń bọ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá kan tẹ́ ń tako àwọn tó ń ṣètò. Mo lè dárúkọ àwọn tó ń ṣètò, gbogbo yín mọ̀ wọ́n. Àwọn bàbá wa tí wọ́n ń gbé ètò tó ń tò. tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbé ètò ààbò wọlé, ẹ wà nínú group ẹ ń sọ pé ṣé ètò ààbò ló kàn nísìnyí, ṣé ètò ààbò ló kàn nísìnyí, ṣebí Yorùbá nation là ń ṣe. Ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa, ètò ààbò ṣe pàtàkì o. Ẹ rántí pé ààbò yẹn ni Olóyè dìde lé lórí tí Buhari gbógun tì. Buhari ọ̀hún nísìn ó ti kú sí London báyìí. The same London yìí náà tó dá wàhálà ní 1914 tó fi di pé Fúlàní jẹ gàba lórí wa. Tẹ́ bá rántí pé Buhari was trained in Sandhurst Military School in this UK. Àwọn lọ train ẹ̀. The same Buhari ó dá gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì tí wọ́n ń pè ní civilian government nígbà tó ṣe military coup. Ẹ ti gbàgbé. The same Buhari yẹn náà ló tún wá lọ mú padà wá, ló padà tún wá fẹ́ ṣe, ló padà ṣe jàǹbá tó pọ̀ sí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Tẹ́ bá rántí pé bàbá wa Ládọjà, kọ́lọ́n bá ń dúró ti bàbá dáadáa, ẹ ṣé gan ni gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá yìí. Tẹ́ bá rántí pé bí bá ṣe gbọ́ pé bàbá Ládọjà ló wà lórí oyè ni Buhari wá, no, ṣé Lam Adésínà ni? Tí bá mix ẹ̀ up ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ bá mi sáré fi sí comment section because kò ń ṣe gbogbo fact yẹn ni rántí dáadáa. Bóyá Lam Adésínà ló wà lórí oyè àbí Ládọjà ni Buhari dé ló ní Lam, ẹ ṣé gan ni. Àwọn tó ń bá mi lọ lórí ètò nìyẹn, ẹ máa bá wa comment because kò ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan la máa ń rántí tá a bá ń ṣe program báyìí. Bàbá Lam Adésínà ló wà lórí oyè ni Buhari dé ló ní no, kò tẹ̀ lọ sọ́dọ̀ ọba láti lọ kí ọba, ó lọ direct lọ bá Lam Adésínà láàpẹ kí tániwọ́ àwọn wọn náà ń pa ọmọ Fúlàní lórí ilẹ̀ wa, ìwọ dákẹ́, tó bá tún ṣerú ẹ̀ ìta máa ṣe fún yín. Mo fi wá rán yín létí pé ààbò yẹn nísìn pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní ìdààbò tó pọ̀ àti bẹ̀ àwọn gọ́vnà títí wọ́n dá wa lóhùn. Àti kégbe, àti pariwo, mo ti jágbe mọ́ wọn tó bá yẹ wá dákẹ́. Ṣèbí wọ lábò ní London, kí ló ń wọ́rì fún? Mo ní àwọn tó wà ń lé ẹ need security. Without security kò sí nǹkan tá lè ṣe. Lórí security lọ fi lé Ìgbòho jáde kúrò lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá ẹ̀. Lórí security ẹ ṣé gan ni Lam Adésínà. Lórí security Buhari ó lé Ìgbòho kúrò, ẹsẹ̀ ọ̀balẹ̀, ó tún lé Ìgbòho wọnú Benin Republic. Ṣé rántí pé July yìí ó máa pé couple of days ni wọ́n dá Olóyè ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ẹni ọlá ẹni yìí ẹni tí ọba Elédùmarè máa dúró tì lọ dá dúró sí Benin Republic. Tó bá jẹ́ pé alẹ́ ni flight tèmi náà ni, èmi àti Olóyè bí àlàbájọ bí àwọn méjèèjì lọ máa mú because èmi á bá wọn fan tó tán lẹ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn. But Ọlọ́run ti ní èmi ti gbéra lọ́sàn-án, èmi ti wà ní transit lólóyè pè mí. Mo ní kí ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀ bá mi, ṣe bí gbogbo ọ̀nà ti clear. Wọ́n ní ọ̀nà clear mọ́, ẹ má ìka lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn. But eventually we knew and heard what happened. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Buhari sọ fún any country pé ibi tẹ́ bá ti rí olóyè o, ẹ bá wa mú mọ́lẹ̀. Buhari ti pa ilé ní báyìí. Buhari tó ń fi kú lé olóyè, tó fẹ́ pa ẹni ọlá ẹni yìí, tó fẹ́ sọ àwọn ìyàwó ẹ̀ di opó ọ̀sán gan. Buhari yẹn ti lọ báyìí o. Buhari tó pa Àdògán, ẹ ti gbàgbé, Àdògán was killed. Alhaji Fatai was murdered. Buhari ti lọ báyìí o. Ó wá kú ní 2017 o, kò kú ní 2017 o. Somebody was representing as Buhari to the world. It was moved from point A to point B, but I am not going with the rumors. I am going with the fact that Buhari died today. Whether you want to say Buhari died 8 years ago, I am a journalist. I am going with the information that is now in the public domain. I will not tell you all the information I had on Wednesday. Journalists keep some stuff for another day. Èmi dúró nísìn from their own side. There are things that I will be monitoring between now and the next 2 years. But all I know on Wednesday, on my visit to that clinic with my source and intelligence, I will reveal that later on, maybe even in my book. But all I can tell you that officially, after my visit of 72 hours, Buhari has already died. Mo wá ní ọ̀nà wo ló kù tí a fẹ́ fi máa bá ìrìn àjò yẹn lọ? Òun ni ká sọ fún àwọn tó ṣì ń béèrè pé ṣé ààbò ṣe pàtàkì? Yes, we need all the security to protect our land. So àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣe ààbò, tó ń gbé ètò ààbò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, ẹ má jẹ́ kí a takò wọ́n. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi support tá a bá ní ká fi ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Kò stop the movement itself, because security is a very, very paramount one. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, mo kí bàbá wa emeritus, kí n kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ bàbá. Bàbá, mo kí yín. Ọba Elédùmarè á túbọ̀ jẹ́ kẹ́ pẹ́ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. A máa rí yín bá o, bàbá. Ikú kan ò pa yín o. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ ń rokú sí yín, àwọn ni kíkú lọ bá o. Bàbá, a kí yín, a yìn yín, torí pé ẹ dúró fún bàbá wa ọmọ Adéyẹmọ nígbà tí Buhari ní kó wá gbé ní Benin Republic ní alẹ́ ẹjọ́ tí wọ́n pín ní Ìgbòho mọ́ Benin Republic. Ní Buhari ní Shehu Garba, ó yá, ẹgbẹ́ helicopter. An helicopter was not even allowed to land in Benin Republic. That is the power of Elédùmarè and Baba Akintoye. Mo wá kí gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní surroundings ní moment yẹn. Yes, the 2 years of Igboho pin down made a lot of different things that played out in the movement. But we are grateful that we can still have Igboho with us, safe and in peace. Àwọn tó bá ń bínú ẹ̀, àwọn tó bá ń sọ pé ó ṣe jẹ́ òun, especially àwọn ọmọ Igbo, àwọn bínú Igboho gan ni. Ó wù wọ́n bí ìgbà tó yẹ pé position tí Igboho wà yẹn, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kí tọ̀dọ̀ tí wọ́n wà, but àwa kọ́ la mú ẹni tí wọ́n. Àwa kọ́ la mú. Èyí tó kàn wá ni pé Buhari ló fi kú lé Igboho. Buhari ọ̀hún lè ní nísìn, ibo ló wà? Ó ti ṣe kí ni? Ó ti pàì. Ó ti lọ. Now, coming back to the genesis of all the problems tí Buhari dá sílẹ̀ lọ́rùn, tá bá ní ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kálẹ̀ ní a lè ká tán. Please share this program. Ẹ má bínú, some of you are probably not understanding Yoruba. I understand. I'm trying to balance it as much as I can, because this is a general conversation to all Nigerians. But it pertains to 60 million Yoruba people that were pained that they wanted to kill Igboho in his own residence on the 1st of July by a Fulani man called Muhammadu Buhari with the help of Malami and Garba Shehu and many others. Buhari has now finally died. Do you see what Garba Shehu said? Only inonilai waliloni rajim. The family of the former president has announced the passing on the former president Muhammadu Buhari this afternoon in a clinic in London. They don't want you to know the name of the clinic. I told you the name of the clinic. Some of you were pointing your finger at me. They cannot even tell us the clinic. Maybe they are scared that Koiki, I don't have time to go there anymore. All my source, how they will move the body, all those information will come to my desk. I don't have to travel down there. If they like, let them put Buhari in anyhow. My intelligence will give me all those information right here in my office in London. And if there's one that they want me to reveal to you, I will tell you. And if there is one that they don't want me to tell you, I will not tell you. So, but like I said, Buhari finally died while we are still here, because the Fulani agenda is real. And we don't have any sympathy for his death, personally myself. Now, let's look at it this way. That if Buhari has succeeded in killing Igboho for the fact that Igboho ń béèrè for security, ààbò àwọn èèyàn ẹ̀, why What do you think would have happened to a day like this? Imagine that Buhari succeeded in killing Igboho. Imagine that. I don't want to think about it, but just imagine it for a few seconds. Because many people have died in the situation like that. The mother of the Fela Anikulapo Kuti, Funmilayo Ramson Kuti, did not succeed. She died. Delegiwa did not succeed. It also died. Uncle Bolaige never made it out. He died. Even MK Abiola did not make it out. He died. But in Timofe Fayombe ni pe Igboho survived that attack. How? Don't ask me. I don't know. But Obeledumare ó fún Igboho ní Benny, that would have been a catastrophe. It would have been a big catastrophe. Aboromo Yenison. It would have been a biggest catastrophe if it happened that they buy Igboho in his house on July 4th, just 72 hours before we were making it to Lagos State. But we are grateful that that did not happen. Adúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run. Adúpẹ́ fún àwọn onílẹ̀. Adúpẹ́ fún Jésù tó lúkálukú ń pè. Adúpẹ́ fún ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pè Muhammadu sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Adúpẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó gbàbọ̀dì fún Ìgbòho. Adúpẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó gbàbọ̀dì fún orí tèmi náà, because I could have been killed if I was in the house on the 1st of July. My beautiful Moremi, Lady K, just called me as she was picking the news from Koiki Media Facebook. She wanted to double check, and she spoke to me for a few seconds. I will not give you the private discussion. But imagine that Lady K was not in the house to project what she does best by coming out live. Some of you think that when we come live like this, we are coming because yes, we need the money if you give us the support. Because in this social media world today, if you know what you are doing, you can be rich. Elomi, just one, thank you so much, those of you giving us the roses on TikTok. Some of you don't know that social media makes some people popular, gives some people influence. The K played a vital role on the 1st of July that many of us should be grateful for her. Even if Lady K abused me, I'm still grateful for her, because in tó ṣe níjọ́ yẹn, kò ṣe máa ròyìn rárá. Àfi ká dúpẹ́, ká máa dúpẹ́, ká máa dúpẹ́, ká máa yìn. Because it takes the grace of somebody at that particular situation of life and death to think about going on air after even the information that got back to us is that the whole network in Igboho's house and the area was shut. How Lady K was able to go live, most of the DSS still cannot understand. How did Lady K should go live? We thought that we shut down the network. How did this girl made it live? I just want you to listen back to why we cannot forgive this Fulani man, Toshekui, Tonkpe ni Buhari, because ìyà tí Lady K, Omiyale, àtàwọn tó kó lọ sí Abuja, ìyà tó jẹ kò ṣe ròyìn fún ẹnì kankan. Àwọn nìkan ni wọ́n lè understand the pain yẹn. I was not taken there, but àwọn tí wọ́n pa family wọn, àwọn Àdògán, they are still mourning the dead. As I speak to you, Buhari refused to give us the dead body. And some of you are now telling me, oh, Koiki, you are mocking Buhari. I will not want to curse you because I want to focus on the broadcast. But what I will do is I will kick you out of this broadcast. Because some of you, especially Yomoto Bini ẹ̀yin ọmọ Indomie noodles yìí, coming here and telling me, oh, you are mocking the dead. We will mock him as much as we can, because ìyá tí Lady K, that was the only female that got to Abuja, ìyá tó jẹ́ pé ó go live láti expose Buhari tó fẹ́ pa Igboho. Mo dúpẹ́ fún Moremi, Lady K, and we are grateful that Lady K can also witness today. She called me, and bẹ́ẹ̀ni kò ní súnre, Buhari ò ní súnre tẹ́lẹ̀. Ó pè mí, because the kind of cordial relationship that we still have. Like I said, many of you want to put a lot of fight between some of the medias that are doing Yoruba Nation. But somebody like me and Lady K, Aleja. I remember she did a video for me sometime. Okay, well, Sister Mini. So when she called me, we spoke. And I was happy that we can witness today, because anything could have happened, as at the time, 12 years law, Ateomi Yale and the rest of those, that went to Abuja. But I want us to quickly, watch this video as a reminder. Today, Amanda, this is Lady K on the 1st of July, making us to know what Buhari was coming to for Igboho. We must be grateful for her. We must appreciate her. We must give her every support that she needs with her family. Gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ̀dẹ̀ ń support Lady K, Ọlọ́run á bá máa ràn yín lọ́wọ́ ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ọlọ́run ní fi yín sílẹ̀. Ẹ à lè fi Lady K sílẹ̀. A máa ṣàdúrà fún títí, because only God knows what could have happened on the 1st of July if Lady K.
Ẹjọ́ bàbá wa ṣí ẹ̀, àwọn sójà ti àtàkì wa, àwọn sójà. Ẹjọ́ ẹ máa ṣí ẹ̀, Ilé Chief Sunday Igboho, àwọn sójà ti surround gbogbo ilé, wọ́n yìnbọn gidi ni. Bye. Ẹjọ́ bá wa ṣí ẹ̀, bá wa pass information yẹn fún gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire.
Please share this broadcast. Love and life. Very, very important.
Inú ilé ni mo ṣàwà báyìí. Please help me to share. We are under attack now. Please let all the warriors be informed. Please help us to notify everybody. Please call everybody to be at alert. We are under attack now in Chief Sunday Igboho house. Ẹjọ́ we are under attack already with Nigerian military. Confirm lele. Ẹjọ́ àwọn sójà ni Nigeria sójà. Ìbọn wọn lẹ ń gbọ́ yẹn, wọ́n yìnbọn gidi ni. Confirm. Ẹ bá wa share. Ẹ bá wa pass information yẹn. Everybody wà at alert. Àwọn warrior kí gbogbo wọn wà at alert. Àwọn tó bá lè máa move bọ̀ bá anywhere tó bá wà. Confirm gidi ni o, ìbọn lẹ ń gbọ́ tó ń yìn gidi yẹn. Àwọn Nigeria sójà lélẹ̀. Please help me to share. Chief Sunday Igboho house, ilé Oloye Igboho ṣe ń gbọ́, ẹ ń gbúrò bọn. Ẹjọ́ ẹ máa bá mi share, ẹjọ́. Ẹ bá mi share, ẹ bá mi pariwo fún gbogbo àwọn ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire.
Ọjọ́ tí Buhari ní kọ́lọ́ pa Igboho sílé, wípé ó ń béèrè fún ààbò fáwọn ọmọ Yorùbá.
Ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n ti yìnbọn more than 10 minutes. Ó yẹ kí n ti gbé sí live látẹ̀kọ̀, but I want to confirm láti mọ̀ bóyá òótọ́ ni. Kí n tó wá sí live, kí n má bàa fún yín ní wrong information. Àwọn Nigerian sójà ni wọ́n kún táǹsì, wọ́n surround wa ni. Ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run, wọ́n dẹ̀ yìnbọn gidi. Kì í ṣe ṣeré ẹ bá mi máa share.
Torí ẹ̀yin kan wọn tí ẹ ti gbàgbé, àwa journalist àwọn máa ń tọ́jú fídíò pamọ́ fún àwọn ọjọ́ báyìí. It's a reminder to what happened on the day when Buhari sent Fulani to go and kill Igboho in his house. Why? Because Igboho is preventing the death of Yoruba people by another Fulani. But
confirm lele everybody ọlọ́yin gidi yẹn kì í ṣe kékeré ó sọ̀rọ̀ àdúrà ni. So ẹ bá wa ṣí ẹ Nigeria sójà ni o. Àwọn ìjọba location 9 ni tó bá ti kúkú máa dàrú látòrí kó dàrú. Tó bá dẹ̀ máa níyànjú kó níyànjú. Ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. Mi ò lè bọ́ síta, obìnrin ni mí. Wọ́n ní kí n má bọ́ síta, but kí n gbé lọ sí live kí n jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀. PA bàbá ti confirm fún mi sí pé àwọn sójà ni. So ẹjọ́.
So this is before things get heated. Lady K tẹ̀ ṣìráyè tán náà.
Mi ò mọ bó ṣe pọ̀ tó.
Kò mọ bó ṣe pọ̀ because òun wà nílé. You can see that every one of them were awoken in the middle of the night. The same Buhari, ẹni sùúrù, Lady K, the same Buhari ó wá tún wá láǹfààní láti wá gba treatment níbí báyìí. The same Buhari ò fẹ́ kú sí Daura. Kò fẹ́ kú. You can see why we are saying ọmọ Yorùbá pé let us get out of Nigeria as quickly as possible. But you continue to come and attack Igboho, somebody like us, and many of the groups that are working back to back. Tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ pé kí ìran Yorùbá lè bọ́ nínú wàhálà àti àdánwò tá a wà yìí. Ó pè yín náà, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ Lady K mọ̀ sí.
ṣe ti rí Nàìjíríà.
Okay.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá wa share, ẹ bá wa share, ẹ bá
She's
wa
still very
share. Mi ò
calm
ní
here. Kò tí mo
kọ́ọ̀tì
tó ń bọ̀. Lady K
broadcast
gun
yìí ó
ò
dìgbà
lè
tí n bá tó get
emphasize.
to the room.
When Lady K was
Wọ́n ní kí
doing
n
this
má bọ́.
video, you can imagine the spirit in her that what wa attack wa àwọn sójà. Ta la àwọn sójà, ta ló rán sójà wá? Kí ni purpose? Kí ni purpose? Torí pé Ìgbòho sọ pé ẹ má pa àwọn èèyàn wọn mọ́. Ẹ fi àwọn èèyàn wọn sílẹ̀. Bóyá ẹ rántí money. Mò ń bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tí Lady K padà. Torí pé àwa máa ń rán yín létí kí ló fa pé awuyewuye lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ Adéyẹmọ, kí ló fa Ìgbòho tó fi jáde. Farabalẹ̀ tó o bá ti gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí, farabalẹ̀ kó gbọ́ nísìn.
Mò ń lọ ń dá sí nǹkan tí ó kàn mí, ṣùgbọ́n tó kàn mí mo dá sí torí pé ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí. Bí ìjọba bá wà pé pàṣẹ àbí mo kàn sọ nǹkan tí.
ọmọ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ yẹn máa dúpẹ́ fórí ẹ. Máa dúpẹ́ fún orí ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ mi náà ṣe ń dúpẹ́ fórí mi, torí pé I don't know what could have happened if I was also in the house on the 1st of July. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa wá sọ̀rọ̀ náà nìyẹn pé Koiki ta ló ránṣẹ́. But I was only playing my role as a media that wants security and the freedom of our people. That's the only role. Offense tí mo commit fáwọn kan nísìn nìyẹn. Tó bá jẹ́ pé mi náà kàn jókòó tí mo ń ṣe skit, ó yá ká ṣeré pa, ká ṣe this. You will laugh, you will abuse, and you will go. But the crime I have committed as a media personnel today is because I am asking for security and the freedom of my people. That is my only crime. I've lived in the UK for 27 good years. Àwọn tó mọ̀ mí. But the fact that mò ń jáde lénìí, mò ń pariwo Yorùbá nation, ẹ jẹ́ a lọ, ẹ fi wá sílẹ̀, ó dá, okay, like rhetorics me. Some of what I say is not balanced with some of you. But bó ṣe fi wá pa wá sílé, gbọ́ ìdí tí Olóyè Ṣìdẹni tó wà ní exile lénìí, torí pé ó ń béèrè fún ààbò fáwọn èèyàn ẹ̀. Ó dìde. Ìgbòho ní kọ́kọ́ lẹni tó jẹ́ alágbára nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. We have Ìbà Gani Adams, we have OPC, we have Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà, we have Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, we have farmers hunters. They are all strong men and women, but somebody took it on his own. Ó dìde. Ó náà wò nígbà. Ìdí tí ó fi dẹni tó wà níta lénìí nìyẹn o, tó ń gbé níta lẹ́yìn odi. Farabalẹ̀ kó gbọ́.
Ó wá látọkàn mi. Nǹkan tó fa ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni pé ẹ̀yin náà wò láti bí ijọ́ mélòó kan sìn bí ọ̀sẹ̀ bí méjì ń sìn nípa ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn Fúlàní tó wà ní gbogbo Ìbàràpá. Ẹ worú dókítà wa, Dr. Fatai, PhD doctor, ọmọ Yorùbá tó kàwé tó gboyè, ó wá lọ sí lóyìnbó ní àìníye ọdún ó lọ ṣiṣẹ́. Ó wá dé okòó dé, ó wá lọ lu bàbá ẹ̀ ní gangan. Ó dá oko àgbàdo, ẹ̀gẹ́, iṣu, oríṣiríṣi nǹkan, soya beans. Ó dẹ̀ gba ọmọ wa ní gangan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sí bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀tẹ́ tán bá ṣiṣẹ́. Fúlàní wa jẹ oko ẹ̀. Ó wá gbéra láti lọ bá àwọn Fúlàní yìí sọ̀rọ̀, láti lọ bá Sẹ́ríkì Fúlàní pé ẹ wá wo ohun tí àwọn ọmọ yín ṣe lórí oko mi, kò yẹ kó rí báyìí lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá mi.
Now, let's quickly ask this question, and I want us to be honest. Let's leave the sentiment. Let's leave the sentiment. Let's leave the sentiment aside. Mumbo, I want to get this. Okay, we're back on TikTok. Thank you so much, TikTok. And thank you so much, all the platforms that we are streaming from. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and I can tell you officially, Buhari has died today in London. Some say he died in 2017. I don't have the proof. But the information coming out today, he died. But I am giving us the summary of what Buhari played in the life of 60 million Yoruba people, the diaspora and those at home. Buhari wanted to kill Igboho. He failed. Buhari himself died today, officially. But Igboho ṣàlàyé fún wa what led to him coming out to say, no, this cannot happen on my doorstep. Go possible. Just like I have come out using my media, even though this media have struggled. I'm recording, but I appreciate Yoruba Space TV, Mori Ojasokwe, and the rest of every one of you. You're more than welcome, and we will take calls at some point, but let's just continue the broadcast. Thank you so much. Oh, somebody just gave me something like a heart. Mudupe, thank you very much for all the gift. My platform that many of you have now attacked, complain, report, monetary-wise, maybe some of you does not know. Let me quickly put this on record. 52,000 followers on YouTube. Lai Mohammed under Buhari reported my YouTube channel to Google and asked them to take it down. They asked him why. He said, well, this young boy is making a crime of bringing Nigeria into crisis. And Google looked at what I was saying and what I was doing. They said, well, he hasn't done anything that warrants our taking him off the channel. And then maybe the monetary that people are giving him, we will look into that. Let me tell you, some of you have just 1,000 subscribers and you are already getting some kind of, advert through your YouTube channel. Do you know that I, the Koiki Media channel, with over 52,000 subscribers, they've refused to pay us up to today in the last going to 4 years. And we have not left Yoruba Nation. So that some of you understand, I could have been doing something else with my life and my YouTube channel will be making money for me. So we are not sitting here because of the money. We are sitting here because the pain that Igboho was going through to come out as a Yoruba man, Yoruba, that is the same pain that I came out with my media to challenge the government for the insecurity and the support of self-determination. Let's go out and listen more to Igboho.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ dé lókun bẹ̀ náà wọ́n dẹ̀ sàpà àìmọye èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ tá a lè múrúkọ wọn làwọn Fúlàní yìí bẹ́ lórí tí wọ́n pa wọ́n jí àwọn kan gbé ẹni tí wọ́n bá gbowó tó kéré lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n gba 7 million wọ́n gba 10 million wọ́n gba 11 million lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí dùn mí ó bà mí lọ́kàn jẹ́ gan pé tá a bá torí pé tó Ọlọ́run gbà fáwa àwa ará àwọn ọmọ tí ń tẹ̀lé wa tó ń ṣààbò fún wa àwọn tí ọ̀lẹ́ni tí ó tẹ̀lé wọn kọ́ ìdí nìyí tó mú mi lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn. Ìgbà tí mo dẹ̀ débẹ̀ ohun tí mo lọ fún ni pé láti lọ bá pé sógun tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí lórí ilẹ̀ wa sọ́dá ẹ ti ń gbé pẹ̀lú wa adẹ̀fàyè gba yín àbáyín jà àṣẹ nǹkan jàǹbá fún yín. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni mò ń bá Sẹ́ríkì sọ̀rọ̀ làwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ yọ̀bọ̀n sí mi. Mo gba ìbọn yẹn lọ́wọ́ ìkan yọ àké àgbà ìkejì tún yọ ìbọn mi ìyẹn ti ẹ̀yìn ẹni bá wọnú fídíò yẹn tọ́ra fídíò wọn ó yin ìbọn yẹn sí mi kí n tó lọ́bọ̀ yẹn mọ́ lọ́wọ́. Ẹ bá gbọ́ fídíò pé ìbọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dáhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n yin ìbọn sí mi ń bẹ̀ kí n tó bájà wá ẹ̀yin pípù yìí tí n bá bájà wá ẹ̀ ní dúró tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ti wá lè wá àtúnṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ jíjígbé àti pípa àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n wa àtàwọn àǹtí wa àwọn bọ̀dá wa àtàwọn ìyá mi àtàwọn bàbá mi tẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn ò lo okó mọ́ yé o ó fẹ́ tàkẹ́ forí lẹ̀ bàbá wa lẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń fà yìí sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn kí sọ̀rọ̀ ọjà.
Now mo kàn mọ́mọ́ gbé wa padà sí how the genesis of why Buhari wanted to take out Igboho, so that some of you that have criticized Igboho, is this, is that, the genesis of that is why Igboho has left Nigeria today and become somebody living in exile. Please share this program and invite others to do so that we can have many people to listen. But we are grateful back to Lady K that made Buhari mission to force failed by going on air and indicate that Igboho's house is under attack.
Life. Kí n jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kí wọ́n mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí kí n ṣe ṣeré o. gbogbo létí bọ́ta wọ́n ti fèsì wọn ò but mi mọ iye àwọn sójà tó jẹ́ o mi mọ bó ṣe pọ̀ tó o àmọ́ wọ́n sọ fún mi wípé àwọn sójà ni wọ́n dẹ̀ ti surround wa so wọ́n release gidi ni tí ò ń ṣe ṣeré ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi share ẹ bá mi share ẹ bá mi share ẹjọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pa ti wà under attack nílé Chief Sunday Igboho mi mọ bó ṣe pọ̀ tó o mi mọ bó ṣe pọ̀ tó mò ń là fún yín o mi mọ báwọn sójà yẹn ṣe pọ̀ tó o ṣé ń gbúrò bọ̀ wọ́n yìn gidi ni ṣé ń gbọ́ gidi ni ẹgbẹ́ bá mi share ẹ gbé lọ YouTube ẹ gbé lọ everywhere kí gbogbo èèyàn tètè mọ̀ àwọn tó sùn kan jí.
This was 1st of July 2021 when Buhari gave the
order
to
kill Igboho àti wà under attack nílé Chief Sunday Igboho.
The same Buhari.
Wọ́n ráyè wọlé o but àwọn warrior náà ti lọ fèsì wọn ta ìwé ìbọn wọn lẹ ń gbọ́
Did you hear the sound of the gun?
ẹjọ́ ó bẹ́tà àwọn warrior tó bá wà tó sì ẹjọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kó wá fèsì wọn níta ìta lọ wà àwọn tó dé bá dẹ̀ ń bọ̀ kọ́ mọ bó ṣe máa rìn according to nǹkan tó sọ fún mi sìn wọ́n ní wọ́n surround wa bínú jàre ta ló ń pè mí why calling me ẹ pè sórí fífẹ́ WhatsApp ẹ má pè sórí messenger òun ni mò ń lò.
Disturbing that broadcast instead of us to listen and follow instruction and information. That's always our own issue.
ẹjọ́ ẹ bá wa ké sí gbogbo àwọn warrior wa ó ń pọ̀ kíní tí mo ìgbú ọ̀bọ tí mo gbọ́ ìpọ̀ ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ I know no problem but we need agbọ́dọ̀ mú wọn ní ọgbọ́dọ̀ escape gbogbo wọn tó bá wá òkú lẹ́lẹ́jà ń tà èmi mọ̀ pé kò sí ohun tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ but wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sá lọ that is my home. ṣé ń gbúrò ṣé ń gbúrò ẹ̀mí mímọ́.
Hear the sound of the gun. This is how Buhari wanted to buy Igboho on the 1st of July so that tó bá wá sórí broadcast
ẹjọ́ bá wa ṣe Jésù.
Orí pé ẹlòmíì inú yín ọ̀ràn tí mọ́.
ẹjọ́ náà ẹ bá wa ké sáwọn èèyàn kọ́ wá support o ẹjọ́ o ló fi
This is
jókòó.
how Buhari wanted to buy Igboho on the 1st of July just as he wanted to buy Nnamdi Kanu as well in his own house ní
pè sórí messenger on disturb fóònù tí mo fi ń broadcast ẹjọ́ please help me to share it please.